Oh, hi guys, sorry, I was just messaging day 10 of Vlogmas, isn't it? Wait there, 2 seconds, let me sort out this lighting issue. Here we go. Today, talking about Acuity scheduling. I need to fix this light straight after the intro. Hi guys, so light's all sorted. I am going to quickly show you what I'm doing with the light though, and how it will work. So on my screen there, you can see the interface of my phone, and you can see at the minute I'm in an effects section at the top, and I've chosen at the bottom the effect of fire. So for instance, if I change this to cop car and then press play, and you can change like the different flashes. So at the minute it's red, you can have it so it's red and blue, and I can have it so that it's black and white, or blue and white. I don't think you can have black as a colour really on the light, can you? Or you can have red, blue and white. Anyway, so different flashes, different countries, all the rest of it. Cool. Right, now that boring stuff's over, let's get rid of that. Bosh. So today I'm here to talk about Acuity scheduling, or you're here to listen about it. So the reason I use Acuity scheduling and what it does, I've been using it for just over 2 months, I would say. Yeah, about 2 months, October, just before October, something like that. And it's really good, it's really powerful. And the reason I had to start using it was because we had restrictions in place when we were going back to our lessons, our Taekwondo lessons at halls. We could only have so many people in a session at any one time. So I needed something that would manage that and manage it well. Initially, I started off with a Google form. And it worked okay for a couple of weeks, and actually it worked okay. I mean, if I carried on with it, it would have worked without a problem at all, but it was a lot of admin at the back end of it. And compared to Acuity, it was, Acuity blows out of the water. Obviously the difference being, Google Forms are free, right? So I don't have to pay for it. The students could sign up on a Google form, and the only kind of headache of it was the back end of it, which was my end anyway. So from a user point of view, it was fine. They went on, booked their lessons, and that was it, job done. But they didn't get an email confirmation. So if they weren't sure which mat they booked, for instance, or which day, then they'd have to message me to find out. If they wanted to cancel, they'd have to message me, and I'd have to go back into the back end of the database and make that mat available again. And then people could then go back onto the form and select it. So it worked, but it kind of didn't work at the same time, if that makes any sense. Whereas Acuity is absolutely epic. It's really good. I'm on the plan where it will send out text messages. So when my students now sign up to a lesson, they get a text message to say that they've signed up. They get a text message, I think it's 4 hours before I've set it. So it's like a reminder to say, don't forget you've got your lesson today in 4 hours time. They get an email as well, and it also integrates with Zoom. So for my Zoom lessons, when they sign up to a Zoom lesson, they get an email, and the email's even got the link of the Zoom call in it. So when they click that, it takes them straight into the Zoom lesson, and away they go. So now I don't need to send out the Zoom link. When I update the password, it's not a problem because they just click on the link and it will take them to Zoom first, find out the password, and then it takes them straight into the Zoom call. So from that side of things, it's really good. If they cancel, I get a text message. So that's really good as well. And it also adds it back on. So the classes are limited to 100. So obviously if I've got, I don't know, 70 spaces left, someone cancels, then there's suddenly 71 spaces left, if that makes any sense. So it's really good from that perspective. And I can see it being really, really powerful and useful for the future. I've just organised our Christmas party. So our Christmas party is on the 19th of December, which is a Saturday. And we're doing it all on Zoom, because obviously we've still got restrictions in place here in the UK. So that's what we're going to do. And I just put it on there as a Zoom session, essentially. We called it Christmas Party, linked it with Zoom, and put the time that it's going to start, the time that it's going to finish, how long it's for, put the password in, and that's it. Students are signing up to the Christmas party using Acuity. So it is epic for stuff like that, and I can see it being really useful in the future for special sessions and like events and seminars and things like that, where I can just send a link to the event, whatever it might be, and then everyone can just sign up themselves. Also, you can request payment as well. So if you're going to charge for it, like if it's £10 a session or £15 a session, they can pay there online at the time using Stripe. so they can pay with PayPal or a debit or credit card or whatever they would normally pay with. So it is a really, really good system. There is a little bit of a kind of setting up that you need to do on it. So when I first logged in, it was a little bit of a learning curve. It took me about half a day or so to work out exactly how it all worked. More just to get my head around it really, get everything set up. So add in classes, add in regular classes. You can set limits on the classes. So if there's only 15 people that are allowed to attend, you can put a limit of 15 on there. You can also do it by kind of category and group. So I've got different groups set up for Zoom. I've got different groups set up for back in the hall. I've got groups set up for events. So there's things already pre-planned within the system, and it's just so good. It's so powerful, so easy to use, really easy for me to administer. You can do it so it's a weekly recurring for forever essentially. You could do it so that it doesn't stop. For me, I do it like a week or 2 weeks in advance, so I'll place all of my classes a week or 2 weeks ahead of time for people to sign up to, and it seems to be working a treat. So if like scheduling's something that you need to do, or especially for someone like any kind of classes really where you might have some restrictions, or you might just want to use this for the one-off events, then I 100% would recommend you trial out Acuity. I'm not sure whether there's a free trial or not. I straight away went onto one of the kind of mid-term plans and added the plan that allowed text messages to be sent. It's not cheap, but it's also, I don't think it's expensive for what you get out of it and what it's going to be used for in the future. And for what I get out of it, and the fact that all my students can book online, get text message reminders, get email links with the Zoom link in it, for me it's definitely good value. And I can just see in the future when things are a little bit more back to normal and we're back doing events and things like that, that it's going to come in really, really, really handy, and it's going to be a really useful tool. I will very quickly show you what Acuity looks like on here. So when I log into Acuity, it is, hopefully you can see that quite clearly enough. But essentially you've got your calendar here. So I'm in the menu system right now, and you can see my lessons are scheduled out here. So I've got beginner class, advanced class, beginner, advanced class, and I actually do need to add on Saturday's class actually. I might already be on there. Oh, maybe not. Okay, let's add it. So class. So I'd go member class, mixed class. Oh, that's Sunday. That's not the right one. Christmas party. Saturday. Saturday mixed kicking. Okay, offered. The date, so it's going to be this Saturday. So we're looking at the 12th. And it's at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Oh, not 1 a.m, 10 a.m. Save class, bosh. And now if I go to Saturday, I've got my Saturday mixed kicking class at 10 o'clock. Now my students can go on there, they can log in, and they'll be able to see that and sign up to the session. So if I go to the menu, appointments calendar, clients, you can do reports, so you can see, you can also use it as a register. Okay, so when the students turn up, you just literally tick the little box to say that they've arrived. You can tick another thing to say that they were late. So, and it will do a monthly report of who's missed sessions, who's signed up for sessions and not turned up for them, who's signed up to sessions and cancelled them on a regular basis, and it will look for patterns for like, oh, that person cancels every Wednesday. Like, well, okay, why? And then you can kind of look into the reasons as to why, potentially. But yeah, you can put your own availability in there. And I've also, I'll get rid of that. I've also started using it for new students and leads. So now if there's a new student that's interested in joining the club, on the website there's a kind of have a meeting with the instructor button. And when they click that, it schedules, it goes through to a timetable, and it's times that I'm available. And the new student or the parent would then click on that and schedule a time to have a meeting with me for half an hour. probably more 15 minutes really, just a little chat. So rather than having a phone call, it's much better doing like a Zoom one-to-one with a parent, and that way I can answer and address all the questions that they may have. I can go through how we're currently set up, working on Zoom at the moment currently. I can give them the most recent news and updates of what's going on and when we're looking at going back to halls, what kind of restrictions we've got in place. So it's quite important to me that's happening realistically. So yeah, it's really, really good. I recommend 100% if you do require something that has like a limit on the amount of people that you can have in a session, then Acuity is a very, very good tool to use. There is also an app as well for your phone, iPad or tablet. So yeah, very, very powerful tool. And if you want to try it, there's a link in the description that you can click on and give it a go. So yeah, recommended without a shadow of a doubt if you run a club or have maybe like a PT or have one-to-one sessions, stuff like that, then 100% is worth it. Anyway guys, that is day 10 of Vlogmas, all done and dusted. I can't believe I've got 10 days in so far, not one day off, no problems. And I'm really looking forward to getting to day 31, to be honest with you. And what the setup you're seeing now, with just a grey wall behind me and an Aperture MX light, which is kind of the only thing I own at the moment. And I've actually got 2 lights here as well that are lighting me up. But by the time we get to the 31st, I should have a proper desk, and then my camera should be on the wall, and then behind me will be a tortoise enclosure, which for some of you be like, what? A tortoise enclosure? Yep. And some nice shelves above that. I've already got some wallpaper up, and that's going to be the backdrop for my videos. So I'm quite looking forward to getting all the other stuff that's coming in this room. And at the minute, believe it or not, the room that I'm in only has half the floor on it, and I'm sitting, or yeah, my seat is on the concrete. So it's amazing what you can get done in a small space. Literally, I'm about 2 foot away from my camera, and there's about a foot between my head and the back of the wall. So I'm really looking forward to getting to sort of day, I think about day 23, something like that, is where my setup should be nearly complete. Anyway, not that that's going to help my videos, because I'm still getting critiqued and I'm still getting told that I'm a little bit boring, which I kind of get, to be honest with you. Hey ho. Anyway, that's it guys. Honestly, day 10's done, and catch you tomorrow for day 11. Take care.